Hey everyone, what's up? This is Disney 65 fan here, and today I'm going to do a review of a film I saw yesterday. It is of course Shazam. Shazam is a new DC comic movie which stars Ansel, Angel, Zachary, Levi, and Jack Dylan Grazer, and tells the story about this guy, this troublesome teenager called Billy Batson, played by Ansel Angel, who is kind of looked like running away from foster home to foster home because he's looking for his mother, who abandoned him in a fun fair. He was about roughly 6 years of age, so he's kind of like trying to track her down, and of course, he does of course come across with this. He does kind of live with this foster family, who also have other foster kids as well. One called Freddie, who Billy becomes friends with later on, played by Jack Dylan Grazer. A girl called Darla. There's a girl called Mary. A guy called Eugene. I don't know who the other guy is. I think that's it, yeah. And of course, one day in school, Billy of course escapes the bullies, and he when he goes into the train, he kind of like goes into this other dimension, where he comes across this old man called Shazam, played by Damon Husu, the guy that was in Blood Diamond, and he's looking for someone to pass on his powers to. So of course at first Billy's like kind of like standoffish of it. He's like, huh, are you for real? And of course he says, say my name and my powers would be transferred to you, and he's like, okay, Shazam. When he does say the word Shazam, however, he actually becomes an adult version of himself, played by Zachary Levi. At first he's like really clueless. He's like, he doesn't even know what's going on. I was like, oh my god, my voice has changed. What's happened to me? What have you done to me? And of course, Freddie, his friend, helps him like learn how to fly. And then there's this villain called Dr. Savannah, played by Mark Strong, who also, same thing happened to him when he was a kid. He was responsible for like a car crash incident. There's going to be a lot of spoilers in this movie, and spoiler free, so you have been warned, but anyway, I'm going to continue on. And, of course, Dr. Savannah he's not pure of heart at all, he's like evil, so that's why he didn't get Shazam's powers. And of course, it's up to Shazam to defeat Dr. Savannah and save the world. So, enough of the ranting. What I think of this movie. This movie is really, really, it's hilarious, think of it as Big, that movie with Tom Hanks meets Superman, and you pretty much get this film. The acting is, very, very good. The actors who play the kids are very good as well. Ansel Angel, at first I was like, nah, he's kind of if you someone brought this up as well. If you put Ansel Angel and Zachary Levi together, the two of them their personalities are totally different. Like Ansel Angel's character is kind of this troublemaker who's kind of like, I don't care, I want to be by myself. And if you notice as well, his eyes are kind of green, kind of a greenish colour. And then you see Zachary Levi, and he's this big man-child, this big goofy man-child, and you're like, and he's got the brown eyes, and kind of go, are they the same person? But they are, because Zachary Levi's character kind of represents the better side of Billy. And but yeah, it was absolutely hilarious. There was one scene that had me cracking. What was it again? The scene. Oh yeah, I was seeing where he's trying to learn, because I believe I can fly, I believe I can fly. And he was actually, and then he's like, he just falls, and he's like, yeah. And then there's another scene where it's like, oh, you're dead. Like they're in this what you call it? Oh, they're in this grocery store, and they're like, he's trying to purchase beer. He goes, I like to purchase one of your beers, please. And one's like, to your left, he's like, he walks off, and then he sees like two bad guys, and he's like, oh yeah, I forgot. And then he's like, oh, like the guys shoot him, and of course it doesn't. He's bulletproof. He's bulletproof. And he's like, oh yeah, maybe we'll shoot him in the face. And then to shoot your man in the face, it's like he just goes as well, and he's like, oh. So yeah, and then he throws the two lads out the window, and he goes, oh, sorry I broke your window. Yeah, it was really, really funny. The visuals was very good as well. A lot of people were giving up the CGI in this movie, but I thought the CGI was actually good. Okay, so before going into the spoiler mode, I'll give this movie an 8 out of 10. I thought it was very, very, very funny. Zachary Levi, like Entangled, stole the entire film for me. He was hilarious. I've always been a fan of that guy since Tangled and Chuck, so yeah, when I went in there, I knew what to expect from him, because he's always this goofy man-child. He's kind of a cross between Jimmy Fallon meets Ronan Atkinson for some strange reason, but he looks more like Jimmy Fallon, with a hint of John Krasinski, the guy that's married to Emily Blunt. But yeah, I give the movie an 8 out of 10, and probably 4 out of 5. 4.5 out of 5, I thought it was very, very good. Now spoiler mode, okay. So spoilers in this movie is there's these gargoyles called their deadly sins, which is like greed, gust, lust, love, whatever. And Dr. Savannah is like controls them because he's got this blue eye that he literally took from Shazam's lair, the old Shazam. And he puts it into his right eye, and he's able to command all the deadly sins. And then there's this thing there later on, like in the third act, where we see Shazam, Zachary Levi, giving the rest of the 5 kids superhero powers. So when they shout out Shazam, they all become adults. And there's even I totally was looking this up the other day. Adam Brody makes a cameo as Freddy in adult form, and I knew he was familiar looking. I was like, that guy is very familiar looking, and I found out he's in the OC, and I was like, it's Adam Brody, cool, he's a superhero now. And the carnival scene this actually takes place in, and it was actually very, very good. I was like, oh my god, this is totally, totally awesome. Now they're all superheroes, and Daryl is like still a child, and Freddy's like, ooh, and the other guy who was very overweight, he was this really good looking guy now with like a beard, and he's like able to like hold a Ferris wheel while the people are trying to get off it. And then they all defeated the deadly sins in the end, and then, of course, Billy Batson, before this event all happens, he actually finds his mother, because the little Chinese guy, he just found out, where Billy's mother is now, and of course, it turns out that she's living in an apartment, a subway, 2 blocks. When he does go and see her, however, it turns out that she abandoned him because she knew she was an awful mother, and that's why she didn't bother her backside to track him down ever again. And then in the end of the film, Billy kind of realises that, you know what, this is the family I'm going to stick with now, the family that he actually became, that actually adopted him in the end of the film. And then we see, a torso of Superman as well. It wasn't Henry Cavill, I looked it up, it wasn't Henry Cavill, it was a stunt double, whatever. And, and also in the very beginning of the movie, we see, like I said, Dr. Savannah as a little child, and, he, of course, Shazam's oh, I will only give my powers to someone who's pure of heart, and he said to I think it's Theodore's his name, he says, you're not actually pure of heart. And of course he ends up, being the cause of a car accident, resulting in his father being paralysed. His brother's like, what did you do? what did you do, Theodore? What did you do? And he's like, I'm sorry. And, yeah. But yeah, like I said, there was very hilarious scenes in this movie. Like, there's one, like I said, like, this one, like, where Sam goes, your phone's charged. Next thing, someone's phone just blows up. And there's another one where Shazam pretends to be Freddy's father, but wearing this oversized coat. Yeah, it was just hilarious. It's probably the most feel-good movie in a long time. And I also caught the big reference with the piano, but like I said in my spoiler-free review, this movie is packed with big references. I mean, there's a carnival scene, there's like I said, the piano scene, there's like the scene with where like Billy Batson is freaked out being an adult. The only difference is between this and Big is that in Big, Josh Baskin, he actually remains an adult until he finds his alternate machine to turn him back into an adult. Whereas in Shazam, every time Billy says Shazam, he becomes Shazam. He says Shazam again, he turns into a kid again. So that's pretty much it. There's a lot of Superman references, especially the scores like da 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 da. It's kind of got that John Williams score. It's like the composer copied John Williams' score, was like, fuck it, I'm going to do my impersonation of John Williams, because it sounds like a John Williams score to me. I don't know, it's a Michael Mosenberg or something like that. I don't know what the name of the guy is. But, yeah. I think that's it for the spoiler review. Yeah, I think that's it. So, yeah, oh yeah, I forgot to mention there's also a Batman reference as well, where, like, Shazam's in a toy store and he's like he's like, I'm Batman, like, this toy says, I'm Batman, he goes, go, get him, Batman. And then there's one with the bat, boomerang, which Freddie owns, and he also has, like, old art because of Superman, he also has, like, this bullet that Superman actually was, because he's bulletproof as well, Superman. And of course Shazam actually loses later on and goes, oh, you stupid adult hands. Yeah, what else is there? Oh yeah, there's also like a Game of Thrones is also mentioned as well in this movie. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below if you've seen Shazam, what you think of it, and yeah. I have to admit though, before I finish this review, it's actually a lot better than Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel's like way too serious, but this movie has all the laughs. It's like the child-friendly version of Deadpool, because he's always like throwing these jokes, Zachary Levi, and he's acting like this big child, because he is a big child at heart. As he says so himself, there back 9 years ago, I remember I was watching an interview and he says, I'm a child. It's for the Tangled interview actually, himself and Mandy Moore, and they were talking, he's like, yeah, I'm a kid at heart. And I agree with him, he is a kid at heart. He's even worse than I am, and I'm a child at heart as well. So if I was a superhero, I'd probably be Shazam as well, because, yeah. But, yeah, that's it for my review of Shazam. Let me know in the comments down below if you've seen the film, what you think of it, and until next time, take care.